diesel exhaust. We learned a lot about diesel exhaust. I even learned the chemical formula of diesel exhaust, nitrogen oxide, NOx. And I can tell you a few things about it, even though I'm not a scientist, and I wasn't exactly an A student when it came to science in my years of schooling either. My wife and I had jumped up and down and screamed at pretty much everybody that we could scream at, every regulatory agency, the Texas Railroad Commission, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, even the EPA, and a number of politicians, both on a state and federal level, that pretty much all fell on deaf ears. Because in Texas, Texas is a gas and oil state, and without the gas and oil industry, millions upon millions of jobs will be lost, and trillions of dollars in the economy will be forever gone, or whatever those wonderful numbers happen to turn out to be. One of the things that we had done after complaining about being bathed in diesel exhaust is we contacted the TCQ, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, and which I think is the equivalent of the DEC. And I will tell you that the TCQ is at least as effective, if not as efficient, as the DEC. That gives you some idea of what we have for the TCQ. One of the recommendations, since there are no actual regulations for nitrogen oxide, the TCQ could only make a recommendation to Aruba, which amounted to Aruba should consider using nitrogen oxide controls on its diesel engines in situations where potentials for off-site impacts are high. Does anybody know what an off-site impact is? I'm judging by just a rough guess. I'm judging there's about 110, 115 off-site impacts sitting in this room tonight. Your child is an off-site impact. Isn't it nice to know that the state thinks that your child is an off-site impact? When the TCQ had taken an air sample, they measured 380 parts per billion of nitrogen oxide. To put that in perspective for you, the National Ambient Air Quality Standards calls for all of us not to be exposed to any more than 53 parts per billion annually. If you run the numbers, that means that we were exposed to, my friends, my neighbors, my child, were exposed to more than 10,000 years worth of nitrogen oxide in 2 months. Aruba Petroleum, my good neighbor, their response to this was, the rig will be down in about a week. And it was down in about a week. And they moved it a mile down the road and started impacting another family with the very same drill rig.